Hey guys, it's Sarah, and I am here with my second layout using the Not Just for Boys Kit Club for the month of April. And this is the premium kit called Charming. And one thing that really caught my eye as I was going through this kit and when I actually did my unboxing was there was some die cuts and things that had some math problems on them. And, we are learning from home right now. So I thought it would be a great way to document some of that, right away instead of, doing this at a later time. So I'm going to go ahead and use this kit to document Layla doing some schoolwork on the iPad. This was actually the first day that we were doing it, this picture that I have here. And I wanted to go ahead and just, get this done and I can put it into her school album for this year. So one thing I want to do is I'm actually going to cut these down to make them 4x4s instead of 4x6s. I don't want them to take up quite that much room on the layout, and especially since they are different, one is a horizontal, one is a vertical. So I wanted to have them be a little bit more equal. So I cut them down to 4x4s. I didn't cut out anything important. So I'm going to go ahead and put these onto some cream cardstock. This is from my stash, and I'm just going to back these. One of them's a little bit too big, so I'm going to cut that down a little bit more. But I'm using that background paper there that actually has some vintage measuring tape on it, is kind of the print that it is. So I thought that was perfect for this as well. And I have that piece of notebook paper that is from my stash. I just pulled it out. It already had the ripped edge. I really like the way that that looks. I just cut a little bit off the top to make it fit down better on the paper, and it was perfect. So I don't have a manufacturer for that one since it is from my scraps, but I really like the way that that looks. I'm going to use a piece of this paper from Bo Bunny from the kit that I used on my last layout, and I'm going to just back that a little bit, add some color. And I'm just going to pull some things out here that I'm pretty positive I think I want to use. And I'm trying to think. I know I want to do a little bit more washi tape and I want to bring in the rulers again. And I know I had this right here in my stash. So I just pulled that out real quick. I'll do a strip of that along with the washi tape that came in the kit. So I'm going to go through the die cut pack because I know there's some things in here that I want to use. All these little addition cards and stuff. There's a couple of them in here. So I'm going to pull those out, and then anything else that's really like catching my eye. So I pulled a few things out there, and then I put that adventures from the cut apart sheet from the kit as well. For my title is going to be Learning from a Distance. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out Learning and Distance from the thickers from the kit. And then I will pull some tiny alphabet stickers from my stash to do the words in the middle. I didn't want it to take up quite that much room in on the layout here. Okay, so I believe I'm grabbing these right here from Ellie's Studio that I'm going to end up using. So I was making sure I had all the letters on there. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the Emphara pack here, and I grab a couple things. I actually grabbed these little photo strips almost that are really cute. So I'm going to grab an arrow. I'm going to grab these little photo things. I'm going to end up using both of those here. And then I have one of those cellophane bags that I'm going to use, and I will use the 2 stars. I'm going to use this clip here. I kind of grabbed whatever was really calling to me at the time. So this little glassine bag is really cute, but I cut off a little bit of it. I'm going to have a tiny bit of it poking out from the side here. That's really the only purpose it serves. Then the gold paper clip, I'm going to go ahead and secure that with some washi tape on the back so it doesn't move around. And then I really like how I had those little little photo boxes there. I just kind of layered them on top of each other, and I really like the way that looks, and it looks really good underneath the photo layers. So I really like the way it all turned out. And then I only used 2 photo corners there, and just to kind of highlight a little bit. But I didn't need 4, so I'm just gonna layer these 2 up here, and then I will put those down underneath my photo layers. But I'm going to go ahead and put some washi down first. So I'm going to start like really putting some things down here. So I'm using the washi tape from the kit, which is that grid washi tape there. And then I'm going to use some of this from my stash, and it just looks like a ruler. Checking my phone for something. I think I got a text message or something. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer this on top of it, and then this will be sticking out a little bit underneath my photos. I really like the way that all that's looking, so I'm going to go ahead and stick these down. Yep, I really like that. And then as I'm putting all these layers down and stuff, when I go to put down my photos, I realize I'm going to have to pop that whole thing up, because otherwise it's just going to be, you know, all over the place. So it's not going to lay flatly. So I will do that in a little bit here. But these die cuts are going to go up here, and I'm just going to kind of play around a little bit and see how they're going to fit. Now that there's one that has a quote on it, and I obviously want the quote to, you know, show. So I'm not going to be able to use it as a full piece. I'm going to end up actually cutting out just the quote part. So you'll see that in a second. So I'm just going to cut it down a little bit to make it fit so you can read it. So I'm using pop dots to give this some dimension so it'll sit on top of everything. And I really need to get myself some fun foam, actually. So I think maybe next time I venture out to Walmart, I'll see if they have some fun foam that I can grab, because that has been a trick that a lot of people have been using, is to use the fun foam instead of the pop dots, because it's cheaper and you can use a big piece of it, and you can get, you know, like really big packs of the fun foam. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it. So I think I'm going to need to invest in some of that. Okay, so I'm getting these die cuts put down, the little math things kind of sticking out, and I put the adventures on there. I'm going to go ahead and put my title down. So I put distance, and then I'm going to put the wood veneer arrow there in the middle, and then I will do my small alphas next to those. So the wood just kind of brings a little bit more attention to the title, plus takes up a little bit more of that room. So it'll be from a distance, and then I'm going to go ahead and put learning, and I'm just putting the R above the F, and the F kind of goes a little bit into the R, which I like the way that that looks. So as you can see here, I'm cutting down this die cut here, so you can see it says this is where the fun stuff happens. That could be a little bit of a sarcastic remark as of right now. We're doing okay, but you know, it's been a process. Something new for sure. On the little label die cut there, I put her school and then the year that we have been doing this. So this is going to go into her school album as a 12 by 12 layout as well for 3rd grade. Okay, so I'm using one of these die cuts here from the kit. This is one that came in the kit here, and it's an open die cut, as you can see. So I'm going to back this on some of that same cream cardstock that I backed my photos with, and I am going to cut around it so that it's flush, so it almost looks like it came that way. I'm not the best. I had kind of had a little bit of a hard time around this Y here, you know, trying to make that even and not make it look super messy, but I did okay, I think. And then I will cut around the banners here as well. So it's just, it looks like one piece now. Sorry, that was Riley if you heard him in the background. Shaking himself off here. Okay, so I have that there, and I'm going to end up putting that right here. Just going to clean it up a little bit more. Now, I did realize that these letters started, like, they're not secure down at all. They came up very easily, and I think it might be because of the texture of the paper. So I'm just going to use my quick dry adhesive, and I'm going to reinforce these down so that they stay. So I did have to go through and do all of them, but that's okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put these gold stars down. These are from the Envera pack as well. So 2 large gold stars. And then I'm going to do this little stamp here that I have had for quite a while in my stash. And the ink pad that's inside that thing, because it's a self-inking stamp, the ink pad is not very good. As you can see, it doesn't come out very clear at all. So I think when I use the stamp from now on, I'm going to have to ink it up. You know, I'm going to have to push it down and then ink it on a separate pad or something. I don't know, but it doesn't stamp very good at all. So, but I did go ahead and use one. So it says checklist on there, and then it has like little boxes that you can write a little checklist. So I wrote down the subjects that she's working on, which is, you know, all the core subjects, math, science, English, and social studies. So I did that, and then I put little check marks next to them. So I thought that was a cute little thing to tuck in there. And I'm gonna date this for sure because I wanted to make sure I had the date on here before I forgot. So it was the first day that we started the homeschool, or I hesitate to call it homeschooling because it's really not. It's online education. But it was March 30th. So I put the date down, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my journaling. I'm gonna cut most of this out because it took me quite a while to do my journaling on here. I had a lot I wanted to say, and I had to kind of think about it as I was going. So there it is, completed. And now I'm going to use some of these large stars that came in the kit, and I'm going to use a couple on a couple different places here. I think I only use 4 total because I do have the 2 up on the top. But I'm just going to fill in a couple of these little spaces here. And then that is going to complete my layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you guys have any questions at all. Let me know if you guys are doing the learning from home the same way we are right now. And how it's going. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. I will see you again very soon. If you haven't checked out these kits, make sure you do. I'll have a link to their website down below. Bye, guys.